Hi students, welcome to Garud Engineering Classes. I'm Professor Garud. I will take your fourth lecture. In last three lectures we had seen revision of network fundamentals, what will be the combination of voltage, current, what is the redundancy. Now in this particular lecture, I will revise all theorems because actually that is the basic need of any before going into this, because here we directly start with the dependent sources, but you must know all theorems like KVL, KCL, then theorems like superposition, Norton theorem, maximum theorems and all. So just I will take just brush off of the all theorems and laws also. So I consider one network which will consider voltage as well as current source. Okay, so I consider one basic network. Here I consider battery. Okay, then somewhere here you want current. I consider one more battery, and this is current source. 10 volt, 20 volt, 3 amperes, 2, 3, 5. Okay, and what is the required thing? Required thing is Rx. Correct. So using KVL, using KCL and different methods, KVL, KCL and all theorems, we will see what is the value of Ix. So if I consider first method, you know, we can solve this using KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. How to solve this? Very simple. I draw a network here. You know, this particular resistor is redundant. This particular resistor is redundant because it is in series with the current source. The resistance in series with current source can be replaced with the short circuit. But if you don't replace, if you can't understand, if it is not redundant, it is redundant, you can't understand, then we can neglect that, no problem. That will not affect our answer. What is required? They want Ix. So first thing in KVL, we have to see the loop currents. So we can write loop currents like here. This is I1 and here it is I2. Correct? Rule number 2. Find where there is a current source or what? Yes, there is a current source. Represent that current source in terms of whatever assumed current. So I represent here I2 equals to minus 3 amperes. How minus 3? Because 3 amperes flowing in upward direction. Okay? And your assumption is in downward direction clockwise. So it will be minus 3. Now, how many KVLs required? See, if there is a current source, actually there are two loops. So 2 KVLs required. But if there is a current source, so KVLs requires, you know, KVLs requires equal to number of loops minus number of current sources. So there are 2 loops minus 1 current source. Only 1 KVL is required. So we have to write KVL with the ordinary way. Here if I start from here, I will write negative positive, rising potential plus 10. Drop is always considered as minus 2 into I1. Okay. Here there are two currents, I1 minus I2. So here it will be minus 3, I1 minus I2. Okay. Here minus 20 equals to 0. Now here I write how many I1? Minus 5 I1 plus 3 I2 equals to, this will be minus 10, that side will be 10. So here we can say 3 to 5, 5 minus then 3 I2. But I2 is what? Minus 3. We can substitute here. Minus 5 I1 plus 3. Substitute value of I2. I2 already given. So minus 3 equal to 10. So minus 5 I1 equals to, this is minus 9. That side will be plus 9. So it is I1 equals to 19 by minus 19 by 5. Okay, but actually this is not the answer. What is asked? They want current through this, correct? Which is sharing branch. So what is Ix? Ix equals to what? Ix equal to one current here. What we can say, one current is flowing this way, correct? Another in this way. So here if I say I1 and I2, so this will be I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2. Okay. What is this I1? I1 is minus 19 by 5 minus what is I2? I2 is minus 3. So it will be minus 19 by 5 plus 3. Okay. Will be minus 19 by 5 plus 15. So minus 4 by 5. That is equal to minus 0.8 amperes this way. So if you want to find out real answer, that is 0.8 amperes in opposite way. So final answer is what? 0.8 amperes in this way. Even Ix is flowing in downward direction, but here I write answer is 0.8 amperes in upward direction. This is what we can say KVL. Now same problem we will solve using KCL. See KCL. What to do for KCL? Second type I consider KCL. Okay, Kirchhoff current law. So rule number 1 for KCL. Here find how many nodes. You know there are 2 nodes. So here the lowest one should be grounded, like this is 0 volt. Okay, and this we mark as a node A. Now we have to assume currents. Few currents we say incoming. Here this is Ix. That is, I can say I2 also. Here I can say I3. So here we can write using KCL. KCL, incoming currents equal to outgoing currents. Incoming currents I1 equal to what is outgoing? Ix or I2. Okay. Plus I3. Now we have to write in voltage form. So this current is flowing in upward direction. So this voltage minus this voltage upon resistance. 10 minus VA upon 2 equals to what is Ix? Ix is VA. It is flowing in downward direction. This voltage minus this voltage, VA minus 20 upon branch resistance 3 plus what is I3? I3 is given, but it is in opposite way. So I3 is minus 3. This I3, this is 3 ampere, na? So it is in upward direction. So I3 is minus 3. So we can write 10 by 2, that is 5, minus VA by 2 equals to VA by 3 minus 20 by 3 minus 3. So take variable this side, minus VA 1 by 2. Take VA this side, minus 1 by 3. So it will be 1 by 3. Take minus common, equals to minus 5 minus 3 minus 20 by 3. Take 5 that side. Okay. Now here minus VA, this is, take LCM 6, this is 3 to 5 by 6. Okay. Equals to, this is minus 8 minus 20 by 3. So this will be 24. Okay. Then minus 44 by 3. Should I write here? Minus 44 by 3. Correct? So what is VA here? VA equals to, minus minus cancel, 44 by 3 into 6 by 5. 6 by 5. 3 1 ja 3, 3 2 ja. So that is 88 by 5 is voltage. But we don't want voltage. We want current through this. What is this current? Current is Ix. Is VA minus 20 by 3. So I write what is Ix? Is VA minus 20 by 3. That is 88 by 5 minus 20 upon 3. That is equal to, here will be 5, 20, 100. So 88 minus 100 upon, I can take 5, these are, otherwise take 5 divided by 3. That is 50. So it is minus 12 by 15. That is equal to 3 minus 4 by 5. Minus 4 by 5 is what? Minus 0.8 amperes this way. So final answer is what then? 0. Answer Ix equal to Ic is equal to I2. This way you get 0.8. So it is 0.8 amperes this way. Okay. So now I will consider theorems to solve this. So these are laws, KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law and Kirchhoff current law. These are laws. Now I will tell you how to solve this using theorems. I will give you the revision of theorems. So first I will consider superposition theorem. So I will consider superposition theorem. So you know, in superposition theorem, what is the superposition theorem? We have to consider individual sources. Correct? So when we consider this 10 volt, that time we have to kill this, we have to kill this. Killing voltage source means shorting the voltage source. Killing current source means opening the current source. Opening branch means don't show the branch. Okay? So there are 3 sources, so we have to find 3 times. When we consider 10 as a voltage source, that time we get some current, that is I1 dash. Second time I will maintain this, that time I2 dash. Third time I will maintain this, that is first is I1 dash, I2 double dash and I2 triple dash. I1 triple dash. Okay. So first thing is what? When we can say when 10 volt is acting. When 10 volt is acting alone. Correct? So that time what we can draw this? 10 volt is acting alone. I consider 10 volt. Here we require this. That time we have to kill this voltage source. Killing voltage source means what? Shorting voltage source. What about this? We have to open the current source. Correct? Why open? Because internal resistance of current source is infinity. So opening the branch means what? No current will be flowing. So don't show that branch. The branch which is open, don't show. Correct? This is 3. This is 10 and 2. What is this? This now I have to calculate, that is Is dash. So when 10 volt is acting alone, what is Is dash? It's a simple circuit. So Rx dash equals to voltage divided by resistance. That is equal to 2 amperes this way. Okay. Now case 2. When this is acting alone, so I can write case 2. When 20 volt is acting. Okay. So how to draw? Here we have to short this. And we don't have to show the current source. Why? Because current source is open. The branch which is open, don't show. Okay. Here is a 20 volt. 3, 2. This was Ix. It was in downward direction. So I have to mark this as Ix double dash. See, direction I am not changing. How the current is flowing. Okay. Now we can apply KVL. Otherwise, 20 divided by 5 will be the current, but it will be in anti-clockwise. And you require current in clockwise direction. So whatever the Ix double dash value will be negative. See, assumption is this way, but real current is flowing this way. So I can find Ix double dash equals to minus of, otherwise I can apply KVL also, so that I get negative answer. Okay. So minus of 20 by 5. So it is minus 4 amperes this way. Correct? Now, case number 3. When 3 ampere is acting alone, so we have to short this, we have to short this. So your circuit diagram will be, we will be shorting this, short this, and this is redundant. If you want to remove, we can remove, otherwise not necessary. Here 2, 3, 5, 3 ampere. Now here we can say Rx triple dash. So we can use current division method. What is that? If the current is flowing till here, it is 3 ampere. So it is splitting into 2 parts. This current you want means total incoming current into opposite branch resistance upon this plus this, where that current is getting divided. So here what we can say, Ix triple dash equals to, see, current is flowing in downward direction. So incoming current till here, incoming is 3. This resistor will not affect the current because this is redundant. Resistance in series with the current source. Okay? So this is 3 into opposite branch resistance 2 upon 2 plus 3. What is this? This is 6 by 5 ampere this way. Now what you want? What is the superposition? So what we can say, using superposition, Rx equals to Rx dash plus Rx double dash plus Rx triple dash. See, what is Rx? It is 2 ampere in downward direction. 2 ampere. We are considering all in downward direction, okay? All in downward directions. Here, minus 4. Here, plus 6 by 5, all in downward direction. Let's check the answer. It is minus 2 plus 6 by 5. Okay? That is minus 10 plus 4 by 5 in downward direction. What is this? Minus 4 by 5 amperes in downward direction. So this is minus 0.8 amperes in downward direction. Means what? Final answer is what? 8.8 amperes in upward direction. This was the answer. This was the expected answer. Okay. So see the superposition, very simple. I revise. In superposition, suppose there are 3 sources. We have to consider one source at a time. So first we consider in case 1, when we consider 10 volt is acting alone, that time we short 20 volt and we open 3 ampere and we mark like Rx dash. When 20 volt is acting alone, that time we have to short 10 volt and open 3 ampere, and that time we have to mark Rx double dash. Third case, when 3 ampere is acting, that time 20 volt and 10 volts are shorted, and that time we have to find Rx triple dash. And finally, what is superposition? Superposition is mixing. So that means what? We have to add all currents, individual currents, to get resultant current. But see, here in second case, real current is flowing in downward direction. That time Rx you want, real current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. So real current Ix you want, measured current is in downward direction. So we consider minus here. Otherwise your answer will be wrong. Okay. So same answer was expecting here. This was the answer. Now this is theorem number 1. Now next I will tell you how to solve this using Thevenin's theorem. What happens in Thevenin's theorem? Thevenin's theorem, we have to find Thevenin's equivalent, that is Thevenin's voltage source, that is what we can say VTH, and Thevenin's resistance, that is RTH. Okay, and then we connect, here this is Thevenin's equivalent, and finally we connect load RL, from where you want current. So what is the load here? That is 3. And then we apply just KVL to get the answer. Okay, so important thing is what? We need VTH, we need RTH. But in a dependent, the method is different. I will tell you. In dependent, in this chapter, we are going to see dependent. But at least you must know the original method. This is just revision. Okay. So in dependent, you get some different method. But then also, you must know the method of real method of Thevenin. So first thing is what? For the Thevenin, we require, first thing we require RTH. So get RTH To get RTH, we have to kill all energy sources. Where you want current you want here. I mark here A, B terminals. Okay. So first thing, remove load. Henceforth, we will be removing load everywhere. So for that, we will mark here terminal A and B. Okay. So first we have to remove the load. What is load? Load is 3. So remove load. Second, get RTH. So the load is removed. 3 ohm is removed. Okay. So A, B. Here you want RTH. Register kill voltage source. Killing voltage source means what? Shorting voltage source. Kill this voltage source means shorting this. Killing current source means what? Opening. You are required here. So this branch we will not consider, because if you catch A and B, this branch is redundant. Okay, hanging branch. So this is 2. So looking into this, what is RTH? Here I can find RTH is equal to simply 2 ohm. Okay. Now thing is what? Third we want get VTH. So again we have to remove the load. I mark here A and B. Reconnect all energy sources. Okay. This is 20 volt, 10, 2, 5, 3 ampere. You know how to get VAB, how to get voltage here, travel from B to A. We get 2 paths, path number 1 and path number 2. But we cannot find this, we cannot collect voltages through this path. Why? Because there is a current source. So we can find this way. So this is 20, here I get 10. But what is the drop here? For that, I must need to find current. Okay. So see, what is current? Current is flowing this way, 3 ampere is flowing. So, current is 3 ampere. See, this current is flowing here. This branch is open. So what is current? This is 3 ampere flowing through this. This 3 ampere will make positive negative here. I have already taken the revision for how to get VAB. Okay. So here, this will make positive negative. So what is VAB? I write here. VAB is equal to actually VTH. Travel from B to A and collect voltages. If I travel positive negative, minus 20, negative positive, plus 10, negative positive, plus 2 into 3. Okay, reached. So what is that? Minus 10 plus 6, that is minus 4 volt. Now, fourth part. Thevenin's equivalent. What is Thevenin's equivalent? Thevenin's resistance and Thevenin's voltage. Here I mark A and B. This was the terminal. Now, what was RTH? RTH was 2. What is VTH? VTH I got minus 4. You write minus 4. Now what you do? Whatever the load resistance was removed. Now here you connect that. That is 3, which is RL. So what is current here? That is from A to B. Rx you require. So what is Rx? Rx equals to VTH upon RTH plus RL, that is equal to minus 4 upon 2 plus 3, minus 4 by 5 amperes, that is 0.8, minus 0.8 amperes from A to B. Correct? Means what? 0.8 amperes from B to A. Okay? B to A means what? In upward direction. Here we can write 0.8 amperes in upward direction. So this is what? This is Thevenin's theorem. See again, I want to revise this. In Thevenin's theorem, what we do? We have to find VTH and RTH. In theorems, in superposition, we don't remove load, but in all theorems, Thevenin's theorem, Norton theorem, maximum power theorem, we remove load. Okay? Only in superposition we don't remove load. So first thing we have to do, current is asked here. So first remove load. Okay? And for the remaining circuit, this is remaining circuit after removing part, find RTH and find VTH. What is RTH? Across this, kill all energy sources. If we kill this source, the branch will be open. If we kill this will be short. This will be short. So only RTH we got, that is 2 ohm. Now how to get VTH? We have to consider the original circuit. Rule is what? This already practice is already done. Travel from B to A. So if you travel from B to A, this is the way, but there is a resistor. So we need to find current, but if you see this is only loop, this is not having any loop. Okay, this is the only loop. So how much is the current flowing? 3 ampere is flowing. So where current enters, that point is positive, and leaves, that point is negative. So this is voltage drop. Voltage drop of resistor depends on flow of current. So if I travel from, I am on VAB, travel from B to A. If I travel from B to A, positive, negative, minus 20, negative, positive, plus 10, negative, positive, plus 2 into 3. V is equal to I into R. Reached. So that is 20. Now, according to Thevenin's theorem, we have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent. And resistor, whatever the resistor was removed, we have to connect here. And just apply KVL or just apply Ohm's law to get this. So here, see, from A to B you are getting, from A to B, but it's negative. So I change the direction, I make positive and B to A. Or A to B is in downward direction, so here will be in upward direction. This is Thevenin's theorem. Now I will show you the Norton's theorem. Okay, I will show you the Norton's theorem. This is fourth method. Okay. So what is Norton's theorem? What is the difference in Thevenin's and Norton? Thevenin's is a voltage equivalent. Norton is a current equivalent. Method will be same. Okay. So first part, remove load. Okay. What is load? You want current here. So we can remove load. Remove that. Then get RTH. But this RTH equal to I Norton. I should say get Norton. But you know RTH and Norton are same. So again, I will not explain this. Same as Norton theorem, same as Thevenin's theorem. So it was 2 ohm. Okay. Step number 3. Find short circuit current. What was step 3 in Thevenin's theorem? Get open circuit voltage or get VTH. Correct? Here it is short circuit current we have to find. So find Norton current or short circuit current. That current is called Norton current. So what is that? This is quite important part. Here I say mark A, B, okay, 3 ampere, 5, AB, 2, 10, 20. Now what to do? We have to find short circuit current. That means we have to short terminals AB. And through here we have to find Norton current. So it's very simple. It's here. We can apply KVL for this to get this is I1, and here I can say I2. So as I told, according to KVL, whenever there is a current source, what to do? First, assume that current I2 equals to minus 3. See, I2 equals to minus 3. How many KVLs required? Only one KVL required. I can write KVL from this direction. 10. Okay. Drops are always minus 2I1. Okay. Nothing. Minus 20 equals to 0. I repeat. If I start from here, 10 minus 2I1, nothing here. This is already short circuited. 20, that is minus 20 equals to 0. Okay. So minus 2 ampere. This will be minus 10. That side will be 10. I1 equal to minus 5 amperes. I1 equal to minus 5 amperes. Correct? Now here, next step is what? Step number 4. Norton's equivalent. Step number 4. Norton's equivalent. Okay. What is Norton equivalent? Norton current source, Norton resistance in parallel. Okay, this is Norton resistance and Norton current source. So you know what is Norton current source? Minus 5 amperes. What is Norton resistance? 2. I mark here AB. Okay. Now we have to connect our load. What was that? It was 3 ohm. So using current division formula, I can find IL. What is IL or Ix equal to incoming current into, here you want na, opposite branch upon this plus this. So here actually, this is not 5 ampere. We made the mistake here. See, this is I1. I1 is not IN, na? This I1 is not IN. IN must be in sharing branch. So we have to extend this. What is I Norton? I Norton equal to what? I Norton equal to I1 minus I2. Here we have to write I1 minus I2. Got it? Because this is in sharing branch. First minus second. So what is I1? It is minus 5 minus what is I2? Minus 3. That will be, this will be plus 3 will be minus 2 ampere. Norton current is minus 2 ampere. This is not 5 ampere. It is minus 2 ampere. So what is this? Will be, this is 2 plus 3C. Incoming current into opposite branch upon this plus this. So this is minus 4 by 5 amperes from A to B. From A to B. This is minus 0.8. That means plus 0.8 amperes from B to A. Alright? Means actually 0.8 amperes in upper direction. This was the expected answer. Okay? Now I want to revise this thing. Norton and Thevenin's theorem, almost both are same. First 50% till getting RN or RTH method is same. In Norton, we have to find open circuit. In Thevenin's, we have to find open circuit voltage. In Norton, we have to find short circuit current. In Thevenin's, we have to open the load terminal. Here we have to short the load terminal. Okay. Now we have to find the short circuit current. So if I apply KVL, simply KVL here, this already current is known. So I mentioned it is minus. If I write KVL, there is only one resistor. Here I get I1 value. Now important thing is what? This particular branch is in sharing. So you want Norton current. Okay. Find short circuit current which is Norton current. So Norton current is in sharing branch. So resultant is I1 minus I2. First minus second, it is in downward direction. I1 minus I2. So I1 minus I2 will be minus 2 ampere. Now this is Norton's equivalent. Okay. So this blue portion is not an equivalent, and we have to connect the load to get real current. So using current division formula, we get the answer. Now the last method, fifth theorem, is what? Maximum power transformation theorem. So in maximum power transformation, what we get? Actually, they will not mention the load. Okay? Maximum power transformation, they will not mention the load. They will just write like this. What is the value of RL to get maximum power transformed across it, or maximum power absorption, maximum power delivery, maximum heat? Okay, so we have to find the RL. So maximum power, fifth one is the maximum power theorem. Okay, so maximum power theorem is what? It is nothing but Thevenin's theorem. Just two-line extension of Thevenin's theorem. Correct? Here RL, what was the Thevenin's equivalent? Thevenin's equivalent was, this was Thevenin's equivalent, okay? VTH, okay, and RTH. RTH was 2. VTH was minus 4, okay? So this is AB. The first question they ask, what is the value of RL? What is the value of RL for the maximum power transformation? Second, they ask, what is the maximum power? What is that maximum power? Okay, power is always in positive. So you know, for the maximum power transformation, this must be equal to this. So RL must be equals to RTH for maximum power transformation. So here we can write for P max or PL max, RL must be equal to RTH, which is equal to 2 ohm. And what is that power? That we can power P max equals to VTH square upon 4RL. What is this? VTH is minus 4 square upon 4 into 2. Okay. So 16 upon 8, that is 2 watt. So 2 was the real answer. Maximum power absorbed by RL will be 2 watt. Correct. So this is the revision of all theorems, and actually one more part is left, that is the source transformation. Using source transformation also we can find the same answer. Correct. So next, the last, it is law source transformation method. Using source transformation method, I will tell you how to find the value of Rx. Okay. See, source transformation. Correct. In problem itself, this was 3 ohm and they wanted to know Ix. Okay. So what is source transformation? In source transformation, we have to convert one source into another source. So in this particular part, here, all are connected in parallel. Correct? So parallelly what we have? Current sources. So this already there is one current source. Here we can convert into current source. So how we convert into current source? I explained source transformation. Suppose there is a voltage like this. Suppose V and R. This can be converted into current source and resistance like this. So series circuit or Thevenin circuit is converted into Norton circuit. Meaning is same. How we write this? This I equal to V by R. Simply V by R. And what is R? This R remains same. Okay. So here what we do. Now I will explain the source transformation. Correct? In source transformation, this particular part is parallelly connected. So we convert into parallel sources, that is current sources. Here this is the final branch. So we don't have to touch the branch where the current is required. So either we can convert into voltage or we can convert this into current. But parallelly we need current sources. So this particular branch we can convert into current source. An important thing we have to remember in source transformation, if there is any redundant register, we have to remove that. Otherwise, it will create confusion. Okay. So here, first thing is what? In source transformation, remove this register. Removing resistance which is in series with the current source means what? Shorting the resistance. Okay. Convert this into voltage source, current source, that is 10/2. This is parallel combination. Okay. This is 5 amperes. Okay. And 2. What is this? This is 20. This is 3. We don't have to touch this branch. Okay. Now the 5 amperes and this 3 ampere we can add. I can shuffle this side. So next will be 3 amperes here. Okay. 5 amperes. 2 ohm resistor. This is your original branch. 3 amperes. 5 amperes. 2, 3. This is required thing. Rx 20. Correct? We can combine this and this. What is this? This is 8. Now what next? This is parallel. So can I convert this into current source? No, that is not possible because we don't have to touch this branch because this current is asked in exam. Okay, sorry, this current is asked here. So here, what then? We have to convert into voltage again. So your next part is what? Converting that voltage. See, 8 into 2, 16 volt. 16 volt plus 2, same, and this is your original branch. Okay. Now what? Can I shift this here? Yes. Can I shift this here like this? Yes. See. Can I shift this here? Yes. I can shift somewhere. Here I can say it is 20. So I remove here. What is this? Positive, negative, negative, positive. So 4 volt in this direction. So here will be 4 volt in downward direction. Now what is Rx? Rx equals to total voltage divided by resistance. But see, this, you know how this current is flowing. Current is flowing in anti-clockwise. Current is flowing in anti-clockwise. So it will be minus 4 by resistance is 5. That is minus 0.8 amperes. In this way, that is 0.8 amperes this way. You got this? So here today I have revised everything about theorems, about laws. 3 laws we had seen: KVL, KCL, and this one also, source transformation. 3 theorems, superposition, 4 theorems: superposition, Thevenin's theorem, Norton theorem, and maximum power theorem. So from next chapter or next lecture, that is 5th lecture, I will start dependent sources. This chapter will contain all theorems with a dependent part. The rules are almost same, but we have to take care of the dependent sources. How they will behave, that I will explain in next lecture. Till then, bye.